Welcome to a special episode on Ponzinomics. In this episode, we're going to uncover the economics of crypto Ponzi. Of course, Ponzinomics is not only applicable to crypto Ponzi, it can also be applied to any other kind of Ponzi scams. It's just that with crypto, you have a little bit more interesting ways of creating these Ponzi scams. Now, before I begin, I really do want to caution that economics, all these incentive design, all these mechanism design, all these, this framework that I've produced of the token economics design to build your ecosystem, these are all just tools. Ponzi is where people use these tools for bad reasons. And the bad reason can be simply only increasing your gains or increasing your returns when people come and join. So economics is inherently not a bad thing. It's just like technology. It is by itself not a bad thing. It's a neutral thing. It's a means to an end. But when people misuse this means, that's where it becomes a bad thing. So in Ponzinomics, I just want to share that it's still economics, but economics used in a wrong way. And the purpose of this video is that there's a lot of Ponzi scams out there right now, crypto or not crypto. And the thing is, a lot of people don't understand what is a Ponzi scam, how is this whole Ponzinomics being created, and what are the different mechanisms at play. So what I've done is to, go back to the fundamentals of all these Ponzi scams, deconstruct it because that's what I do, and to compile them into some easy to understand ways of how do you identify the economics of Ponzi scams. And then there you know that's a scam, and don't put your money into that. So we're going to cover a couple of things today. Number one, what is a Ponzi scam? This is funny because just last week, I hosted a webinar on DeFi. And in DeFi, the part that I was talking about was that DeFi is more than just Ponzi. So if you Google Ponzi and crypto, or you Google DeFi and crypto, you get a lot of these articles saying that DeFi is all a scam, DeFi is all Ponzi. Sure, no doubt. For every good things that's out there, there's going to be an equal amount of bad things out there too. So it is not to, but this doesn't discredit the entire ecosystem that DeFi is all bad. DeFi on its own has a lot of benefits. All these mechanisms that we're testing out, all these experiments that we're showing, it's so fun. And there's a lot of potential in the future to be using this in a bigger scale, in a more mass adoption scale. But that is not to say that there are some projects out there that are just a scam. That they're trying to scam gullible people saying that this is going to change the future, but it's not. So I just want to differentiate that. DeFi as a whole, crypto as a whole, lots of potential. But some people misuse them and use them as scams, or use it to scam people. So just be careful, and that's why I want to make the distinction. So number one, we're going to cover what makes it a Ponzi scam. Number two, we're going to cover Ponzinomics. So the three fundamentals to Ponzinomics, the economics of Ponzi. The classical economics, or the foundations of classical economics, is supply, demand, and I would say opportunity cost. So with Ponzinomics, what will be the fundamentals of economics? Let's take a look. Then I will go into the 10 Ponzinomics methodology. It's not exactly a checklist where you can check them all and say this is a Ponzi, but more of the different types of methods that they use to scam people out of their money. Number four, we're going to look at two different case studies. We're going to look at the YFFI scam and the sushi swap. I think it's still too early to say if it's a scam or not, but let's see how do they fit into the Ponzinomics. And lastly, I'm going to conclude with how can you protect yourself, because all this entire episode is to teach you what Ponzinomics is about and how can you protect yourself and how can you not fall into scams. Because for this entire ecosystem to grow, we have to attract more people to come in to be learning this new technology. At the same time, we have to protect them and you and me, all of us. We have to protect ourselves from all these bad projects out there, misguiding the people, misrepresenting the industry, misrepresenting all this goodness that DeFi can bring and tokenization can bring. So that's the whole purpose of this video. If you are interested in more content like this, please support us on Patreon. And on Patreon, other than the things available, I will also be sharing a lot of different analysis, a lot of reports, a lot of exclusive content only for subscribers. And if you are interested in more of these learning things, please contact me as well, because there is an online course available. If you go to education.economicsdesign.com, you can take on a 15-hour course of 10 different lessons. Till then, if you have any questions, just put them in the comments or ping me on Twitter. And I'll see you next week with a lot more interesting things to talk about. Bye!